Hello, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Welcome to Vlogtober-ish part 2. Yeah, I'm here to chat to you about the second of the 5 advent calendars that I ended up with this year, and also about my plans for what I'm going to do with the goodies inside the calendars. So I mentioned in part 1 that while I love the idea of the indie dyed advent calendars, they're just a little bit outside of my budget. So in order to get around that slightly, a great way to still have a fabulous advent calendar to open is to arrange a swap with friends. And 2 of the advent calendars that I have this year are as a result of swapping. The first one that I'm going to share with you today is a swap between a group of, well, there's 7 of us all together. So each of us packaged up 4 mini skeins for every other person, so for 6 other people. And I have a gorgeous basket full of packages from some of my dearest knitting friends. And my plan is to add the mini skeins that I know are in all of these packages to my granny stripe crochet blanket. If you watched any of my videos from this time last year, you will recognise this project, because this project got a lot of work during last Advent. So here is my scrappy granny stripe. And last Advent I did a swap with the lovely Caroline of Colourful Creativity, and I added a whole bunch of mini skeins, one every day, a little bit of crochet every day throughout December to this blanket. The blanket's getting quite large now, but I still have a little way to go before it is the size that I want it to be. So I thought, what better way to carry on with this project this year than to have another section full of lovely mini skeins from my dear friends. So I need to move. I've still got my progress keeper from last year's Advent down there, so I'm going to move this up now. I am in the middle of a row here, which really doesn't matter. My blanket is super scrappy and I'm just using yarns as they come. These packages are not numbered, it's just a free-for-all, so I'm literally going to put the basket over there, stick my hand in it and pull out a package. So here we go, number 1. Despite I really wanted to film my introductions on the first day, because opening the packages every day is really exciting, but particularly on the first day when you're just getting started and you have all of the enthusiasm for the projects that you want to do. This one has been sealed up nice and tightly, like, ooh, yummy chocolate treat. I shall put that aside for later. And this gorgeous, wow, sort of royal purple mini skein, and actually that matches quite well with the last colour. I think that's going to coordinate really nicely. I've got a bit of a purple streak going on here, haven't I, with what's been happening in my blanket. Later on this evening I'm going to sit and crochet this into my blanket. By the time I'm ready to post this video, I think it will probably go up towards the end of this week. Hopefully I'll have opened up another couple of days of my friends swap advent calendar and have a few rows of progress on my blanket to share with you. Day 2 of Advent, and I managed to crochet my first mini into my blanket last night. So I've grabbed my second package from my friend swap. This one I think was one of the little packages from Ruth, and I also thought I'd just quickly open the second day of my fibre calendar on this video for anyone who might be interested in that, so I'll quickly do that first. I'm sure at some point later in the month I'll do a bit of a catch up and show you what's coming in the packages. Oh, we've got a rolag today in beautiful reds and burgundies, and there's I don't think it's white, it looks more like a sort of purplish grey. It's a bit difficult, it's not quite showing up true to colour on the camera, but that's my fibre advent for day 2, so I'm really excited to get to that a bit later. But time to open this little package for my crochet blanket. Oh, there's a lovely candle in here. Warm apple and cinnamon. Oh, smells divine. I love cinnamony scents. I just love. Can't wait to burn that. And then, oh, there's a little tag in here as well. Oh, Ruth has very kindly labelled her minis as this is Lay Family Yarns, Friends Who Knit Together. And doesn't that match really well with the candle? Beautiful. It's kind of a light beigey brown base with pinks and lots of speckles. There's some almost golden speckles and then lots of pinks and a sort of brown burgundy. Gorgeous. So I shall look forward to sitting down later and crocheting that into my blanket. Day 3, December the 3rd. It's quite early in the morning and it's a very grey, wet and miserable day here in South Wales today, but I'm not letting that deter me. I need to go out to the shop to work today. But I have my advents to cheer me up before I do that. So I'm going to open a package today from Charlie, I think this one is. To go into my crochet blanket, and I have managed to keep up with crocheting my minis every day so far. I know we're only at the start of the month, but we have to celebrate small victories. And I'll show you some of the progress on that a little bit later. But let's get stuck in. Cute Christmas tree. Ooh, there's a lovely cuppa in here. This is my absolute favourite morning cup of tea, turmeric gold. Thank you, Charlie. Actually, I've just put that on the shopping list because I've only got 2 bags left, so you are an absolute superstar for sending that. That'll keep me going until our shopping arrives at the weekend. And then I have this lovely, isn't that gorgeous? So this is 100% alpaca from Charlie Button's Yarns. Absolutely gorgeous. It's so soft. It's absolutely stunning. I'm not sure if I'm going to add this one to my blanket. I have the Advent Gnome, and it calls for a light colour and a dark colour and a couple of mid colours, so I'm wondering whether to make this part of my Advent Gnome rather than put it in my blanket. I'll decide later, don't have to decide now. But thank you so much for that, Charlie. I cannot wait to use that in one way or another. And then before I sign off, just to keep you updated with my fibre advent, I wonder what's in here. Yesterday was a rolag, first day was a bat. Oh, it's a mini braid. It's another beautiful green. Absolutely stunning. And how cute is that? I could replace my pigtail with a green one. Match my jumper too. I think people at work would think I was one step beyond madness if I did that. I'm happy to say that I did spin up yesterday's Rolag. I've got my singles here. Beautiful reds. I mean, that just screams Christmas to me. I haven't yet applied it, so I brought it up here so I can wind it off onto my ball winder to do a centre pull ball for a 2-ply. I'll try and get a better camera shot of the beautiful colours in that. Good morning, it's Advent day 4. It's quite a lot lighter and brighter here in South Wales today, which is nice. I'm having a relatively slow start to my late morning. I've got to head out for work in about half an hour, but I had one of those awful insomnia kind of lights, so I was up prowling the house at 4:30 this morning. So yeah, I think it's going to be a long day. But I have Advent to cheer me up. So I have pulled out a package for my Friendship Advent. This one is from Jeanette. I did yesterday decide to add Charlie's alpaca mini into my blanket. I went backwards and forwards on that for a little while. I decided not to keep it for the gnome and to stick with my original intention and add it to my blanket. I want a nice big stripe with all of my knitty friends represented in there. So yeah, decided to go for that. What have we got here? This is not just a mini. I have a badge from You Are Fantastic. I guess the company, oh no, bishopsplease.com. It says You Are Fantastic, and it has Newt Newt on it, which is a Pingu thing. Just a fun little joke that we have. I've got a gorgeous red in here, which is going to look fabulous against the black, the deep colour that I added to my blanket yesterday. I brought my blanket up with me, so that's the colour I added yesterday. So this is going to look fab. So far I've had the purple here from Zoe, the pink from Ruth, the lovely black from Charlie, and now I'm going to be adding a bit of Christmas red on top of that from Jeanette. So I shall look forward to getting stuck into that. I might actually start that in a minute if I have a spare 10 minutes. I usually do admin before I head out to the shop, but honestly my brain is not functioning this morning. Does it ever? I've got about 10 minutes before I have to leave for work, so if I can find the end of this ball, I'm going to add a few clusters of crochet into my blanket just to try and set me in a good mood for the day. So I'm just joining, you probably can't see against the crazy colours in my blanket, but I'm just joining my yarns using the magic knot technique for this crochet blanket, so that I don't have tons of ends to sort out. So you basically overlap the two ends, tie them together and pull them tight. That gives a nice secure knot, I'm sure. Most of you have come across a magic knot, and there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube if you haven't and you're interested. So I always use this lovely Liberty and Leather progress keeper to hook into my last stitch when I finish crocheting my mini skein, so that it doesn't unravel. I've just kind of messily over crocheted those ends, but I will sort of pull them out and snip them off once I've finished my crochet for the day. I am not the fastest at crochet, and I'm a little bit cat-handed. I tend to, because I learnt to knit first, my motion is not the most efficient, and instead of entirely just moving my hook hand, I tend to move my yarn hand quite a lot as well. That's, I think, just because I was used to doing that for knitting. You see a lot of crocheters kind of tensioning their yarn up here and then just moving the hook. I can do that for a little while, but it just doesn't feel natural to me, and so I have a rather mishmash way of crocheting, but it works for me. And I was right, that red looks amazing against that dark alpaca. I think I'm going to try and edit and upload this video today, so I hope you have enjoyed coming along for a little bit of my second Advent project. I just want to say a big thank you to those of you out there who have bought me coffees in the last few days. I've had several coffee donations, which I am super thankful for, and it does mean that I'll definitely be able to pop back with more Vlogmas videos than I thought I would initially. So I'm still not promising every day, but I think it will be at least every other day. So yeah, thank you to anyone who bought me a coffee and thereby unofficially sponsored a Vlogmas-ish video. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying these videos so far. Let me know if you want me to carry on sort of showing you what I get in my Advents each day, or whether you just find that a bit too boring. I've got 2 more in this series. I've got 2 more Advent calendars to introduce you to, so there will be a little bit more of this content coming, but if you'd like me to record snippets every day of what I'm opening in all of the Advent calendars, and then maybe sort of splice them together in some sort of montage or an update video over the weeks, then let me know. But if that's not of interest, then obviously I don't want to kind of bore you with my Advent packages. I find it interesting to see what everyone else has got in their Advent packages, but I don't want to assume that everyone else does too. But anyway, I'm going to try and edit this together and get it uploaded at some point this evening. So I shall say goodbye to you for now, and until we get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.